If you're over the age of 65 and you're looking for some great exercises that you can do from a chair, don't go anywhere because this video is perfect for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Will Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be giving you some of my best chair exercises for people over the age of 65. Now, before I show you the exercises, I just wanted to let you know these exercises are not going to be suitable for everyone. Make sure you get checked out by your doctor before you try them. Don't do them if they cause you any pain, and don't do them if there's any reason for you why it's a bad idea. So let's have a look at the exercises now, and hopefully you can try them at home. So the first great chair exercise for people over 65s is the slow sit to stand. This is one of my favorite exercises of all time for the people I treat. So it's not possible for me to make a video about chair exercises and not include this one. Now, this one does include getting up and out of the chair. So if you require assistance of, holding onto a frame or something, you can use that. But for people who want to develop strength in their legs, this is a great chair exercise to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle right to the edge of a chair, and we want both feet to be flat on the floor. We're going to take our hands out of the way and put them across our chest like this. And then the first thing we're going to do is lean forward in the chair like this. So we're taking our nose over our toes. We're going to push up through the feet and stand to full height. And then take a little step back, just feel the backs of your legs against the chair, and then slowly put that movement into reverse. But the catch is we're going to do it incredibly slowly on the way down. So you stick your bottom out, you bend your knees at the same time, and you lower, lower, lower until you feel the chair. And the goal here is to land in the chair without making any kind of sound. The chair shouldn't squeak, it shouldn't groan, it shouldn't sound like it's about to collapse because you've just dropped on it. You should be able to land like a feather. So let's try that again. So hands out of the way, we're going to take our nose over our toes, stand up by pushing up with both the hips and the knees. Take a little step back and touch the back of the chair like this, and then we're just going to stick the bottom out, bend the knees. It's okay to bend forward as you do this, that's the natural way to do it. And to the count of 4, you're going to lower your bottom onto the seat and land like this. Now, if you're doing this exercise correctly, you're going to get stronger quads, which are these muscles here, very important for the knees and the hips, and also the glute muscles, which are very, very important for your knees, your hips, and your lower back as well. So it's a fantastic all-rounder exercise. If you can do 5 to 10 of those in a row, several times per day, that's a fantastic start to your chair-based exercise program. The second chair exercise I've got for you is called the cycle crunch. And this is an exercise that works the core and the abdominals, which are the muscles of the midriff around here. And these are very, very important for controlling your spine. So if you suffer with back pain, this might be a good exercise to help you treat it. It's also a very important exercise for people who want to remain independent and mobile. So the exercise is quite easy. We're going to start off sitting on a chair with about half of your legs supported by the chair like this. And we start up sitting nice and tall with our hands up behind our ears. Now, it doesn't matter if you can't get your arms back like this, just having them here is absolutely fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to work opposite hand with opposite leg at the same time. So you're going to lift a leg and bring the opposite elbow across as if to try and touch it. Now, don't worry if you can't touch your elbow to your knee. There's absolutely no reason for you to have to get it to touch the knee. And as you do this exercise, we don't want you to be able to feel your spine hurting. It shouldn't feel like you're twisting against what your spine wants you to do, but you should feel that the muscles in your tummy have to activate to move you closer towards your knee. So you can see here, this combines a couple of different movements. It combines hip flexion, which is this movement. It combines rotation of the spine, and it also involves a little bit of flexion, which is coming down like this as well. Now, all of these movements are controlled to a certain extent by the muscles around the core. They at least help to control your body as you do them. So it won't take many repetitions of this exercise to start to feel this area of the body working. You might also feel it in your obliques, which are these muscles down the sides of your stomach type area. And this exercise is a brilliant one to strengthen the core and keep you strong all over. So I'd recommend you do a set of these, trying to get to between 5 and 15 on each side, depending on how fit and mobile you already are, and stopping when you start to get a working ache in the target muscles. Now, if you can do that for about 2 or 3 sets per day, that is a fantastic way to get a stronger core and another great addition to your chair exercises. The next exercise I've got for you is another one for stronger muscles in your legs. And this exercise works your quads, which are these muscles here, and your hip flexors, which are a bit higher up towards the hip. I call this the knee extension leg raise. And it's a really easy one for people to do, especially after surgery or after a problem like arthritis. This can really help. So what we're going to do this time is sit very far back in our chair so that our back is supported by the backrest and our tummy muscles are nice and relaxed. Now, this exercise is important to just work one side at a time, so don't be tempted to do both at the same time. So I'm going to work my right side here, and all I do for the first stage of the movement is lift the leg like this. I'm now going to just pull my toes up to activate the quads here. Already I can feel this muscle working. And then I'm just going to try and gently bump that leg up like that and then back down. So that's where the leg raise section happens. Now, it's very important that you do not do this exercise if you're someone who suffers with sciatica, because doing that movement does put a bit of tension on the sciatic nerve. But if you're not a sciatica sufferer, this is a great exercise for working the quads without using weight, and you can do it from a chair. Now, you might find that the back of your leg starts to feel tight when you do that. If it's not sciatic pain, it's just like a tension, that could be a good thing because it could help you to stretch the hamstrings there, and you should get more flexible as you practice. But after time, you'll start to feel this muscle here is working quite hard, and the hip flexor here is having to work to lift that whole leg up. So I'd recommend you keep going until you get a working ache in your thigh, and then swap over to the other side. So again, we're reclined back in the chair, we straighten the leg like this, pull the toes up, and just a little bump up in the air like that. We're not trying to pull the leg right up as high as we can. We're just trying to activate it so that it comes up off the chair and then back down. So this is a really nice exercise just to get those quads working. Again, this exercise is really good for people who've got a knee injury or a problem that means they can't do squats or lunges or things that involve them weight bearing. If you can't do things like the leg press at the gym, again, this is a really good alternative. And doing 10 or 15 on each side, 3 times per day on each leg would be a fantastic start to your exercise program from a chair, and hopefully give you some stronger legs. Now, the next chair exercise I've got for you is a fantastic one for stronger hip muscles. But before I show you it, I just wanted to let you know that 88% of people who watch these videos have not yet subscribed to the channel. So if that's you, scroll down, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It just means you'll be the first to hear about our videos when they come out, and it really helps the channel. So thank you in advance if you do that. Let's talk about the next exercise, and for this we call it the banded hip abduction. You need one of these guys, which is a strong resistance band. You can pick these up really cheaply online, but all we're going to do with this is we're going to slip it around both legs, and we want to bring it up on the legs until it's just above the knee on both sides like this. Now, this is a great exercise for your glute muscles, which are the ones that support you when you walk. They support you when you squat and when you bend. Super important muscles for lots of different problems. Now, I'm going to put my feet in a funny position. So I'm going to have my feet slightly wider than my knees to start this movement. So my thighs are now in internal rotation. If you can't do that, you can start with your feet here. Just do what's comfortable for you. I want to start like this because I can feel it better when I do that. So this is my start position. Feet are facing forward, and all I'm going to do is use the muscles in my legs to push the band out and apart, and hold at the end, squeezing my bottom together if I can, and then slowly bringing it back to there. So again, this is a lovely exercise for your hip muscles and your glutes, but we want to try and keep everything around here relaxed. So we're trying not to use our back muscles, and we're trying not to use the other muscles in our legs. We're trying to do the pulling from here. So we should almost visualize this area trying to squeeze, to open up, pull the band apart, and if you're doing it right, you'll start to get a bit of tension in your buttock muscles. So it should feel like the bum is working quite hard as we do this. And if you keep repeating, you'll start to get a bit of an ache around your hip, around your glutes. That's a really good sign. It means things are working. And I would like to give people about 10 to 20 repetitions in a row for most. You can do this very easily from underneath your desk if you're a desk worker or someone who likes to watch TV. This is a super easy exercise to do, but you need to take it to the point where it starts to ache. It's very important to note that things are not going to improve unless you find them challenging. So we have to keep doing them until things start to get a little bit achy, a little bit uncomfortable, and that's a good place to stop. So that's another great exercise for stronger legs that you can do from a chair. So I've given you 4 strengthening exercises, and now we're going to talk about one exercise that can mobilize your spine and help to reduce stiffness as well. It's a fantastic exercise for seniors to do from a chair. It's called the seated cat-cow or the seated cat-camel, and it's a fantastic exercise to help you loosen everything up in your shoulders, your mid-back, and your lower back as well. Right, it's really easy to do. So we're going to start off on the edge of the chair again. This time we're going to sit up tall. Hands are going to go on our knees like this, and they're going to remain in that position throughout. And we're going to alternate between 2 positions. The first position, which I think is probably the cat, is going down like this. So we're going to sink back into this movement. The head drops down, the shoulders round. It's almost like our shoulder blades are coming apart, and we're sinking back towards the back of the chair without letting go of the knees. And then we're going to come back to neutral, and then we're going to push ourselves into the other position, which is pushing the chest out, keeping the neck slightly raised, and rounding the spine into almost a reverse C shape, extending through the thoracic spine like this. So again, we're going to go down into this position. So head down, round the shoulders, sink back into it. And then we're going to come up into the opposite, pull the shoulders back, pull the chest out, round the spine like this in a reverse shape, and hold for a couple of seconds. And alternating between these 2 positions, it might feel like there's a bit of stiffness in your back when you do it, but when you stop, you should feel a lot freer and a lot more able to move. So I reckon most people would benefit from doing about a minute's worth of work on this. So rather than counting repetitions, just time yourself for a minute and alternate really slowly between these 2 positions. And try and do that quite regularly, especially again if you're someone who sits a lot of the day. It's a great exercise for mobility. It will help your spine move better. You should have less back pain as a result, and your posture should also get better as well. So those are some of my favorite chair exercises for people over the age of 65. I hope that video has been useful. If you found it good and you want to employ these exercises in your routine, do drop a comment below and let me know if you liked it. And if you want to get more from me, I've got loads more exercises like the ones in this video in my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50. It's perfect for people over 65 who want to get fit, active, healthy, and mobile again. And you can find it on Amazon using the link below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on the next video.